Hey guys, welcome back to my channel once again and also to my new video where today I'm going to redraw and roast my own art. As I said, today I'm going to redraw some of my old art, but before that, if you're new here, hey, I'm JD, I'm a digital artist and art student who's trying their luck here on YouTube because I'm giving up on Instagram pretty quickly, to be honest. Anyway, it is really not that long time ago when I found a huge folder with my old art that my mom kept and is still keeping, and it's over 10 years that the art is still in the folder, unfortunately. But most of the art, or just the drawings in general, are from January 2009, and that is about 13 years ago. And to be honest, I was 6 years old back in 2009. I think that was still when I was in kindergarten, if I'm not wrong. This video is so far making me feel super old. Anyway, I went through the folder, went through the art, and if you know, I've already done a sketchbook tour video where I showed my quite old sketchbooks, but it's still not old enough to beat this art from 2009, which is quite cringy because there is like a lot of weird things, from weird cows, horses, and other stuff. And I even found some drawing of like two lesbian moms and a baby, which I sort of feel I should redraw as well because it's kind of cute, the concept, you know. Anyway, I thought like it should be fun to redraw some of it, or a few pictures, to just see my progress over the years. After some research through the folder and also some time and thinking, I chose one picture or one drawing, and it is this one. It's a drawing of a girl that just in general gives me like a medieval princess vibe, even though she doesn't have any crown or something. It just, I don't know, it just gives me at least the medieval vibes. And I also chose this picture because there is something that is with me until today, and it is not drawing backgrounds. Because as you can see, there is like a smiley cloud and really weird looking sun and nothing else, just plain white paper. And as you may know, my love for drawing or doing backgrounds in general is really low. And also I saw like sort of a challenge in the color palette that I chose back in 2009 when drawing this picture, because I don't know, like the combination of let's say ginger hair, orange top and blue skirt with pink sleeves is quite strange to me when it comes to clothes and color palette. So after choosing the picture, I did some research for medieval dress, since I didn't want to draw the dress exactly how it's on the picture, of course, because the proportions are just wrong and everything, but I wanted to make it more like in my style that I have now, because the thing that you see from 2009 is sort of the style that I had back in the day. And now I wanted to still redraw the whole thing, or just part of the picture, but sort of as well make it into my current style that I have now. So I just edited the design a little bit and the patterns a little bit. But in general, I just did research for some ideas how medieval like dress could look like, because I don't think all the references that I found and I considered as an inspiration were 100% accurate. Anyway, my biggest inspiration for this is this girl. I tried to find her name, or at least like to give like some credit or anything, but I just found like a website where you can buy the dress that she's wearing. So if you have almost $500 spent on a medieval dress, then go ahead. I will put the link in the description. After getting inspired by some Pinterest pictures, but mostly I got inspired from the girl in a sort of medieval dress that you saw a few seconds ago, it was time to finally dive in and start drawing, and I didn't do any like planning for it or like any like sort of designing the dress before. I just went straight into it because that is also like sort of my style. I don't really plan things ahead when it comes to like single drawings like this. If I want to do like something bigger, like I don't know, comic or something, then I would design it and, you know, have the time with the characters and everything. But this is sort of something that I just like not to plan. But the biggest obstacle in first place was the pose. I wasn't really sure what kind of pose I want to do. Here you can see I sort of settled on Mona Lisa sitting pose, which I scrapped right after that. As you can see, I did quite a lot of changes and I experimented a little bit when it comes to the dress design and the pose as well, but mostly the dress. I tried to play with sort of like a textures. Firstly, as you saw, I did sort of like this sofa texture when you have like the buttons that are pushed into the fabric a little bit so that it creates like sort of 3D effect, you know, if you know what I mean. I'll put maybe picture here so you can imagine what I mean. But I scrapped that. I scrapped that really fast, since it wasn't something that I would really appreciate to ink and then even color, because I just felt that it would just look strange and not how I wanted it to look. So after that, I sort of went for more dynamic pose instead of a sitting pose. Now you can also see the influence that is sort of used from the references that I showed you before. I did it for the top part, like these sort of edges on the top under the neck and the part under the puffed sleeves, and also around the waist, like the sort of belt thing. So in the end, I made her look a little bit heroic, or maybe a little bit more. So, and also because of that, I think she looks more badass than on the original picture, which I don't think was meant to look badass or something. But I think it just added a little something that I also use in my current style. And another thing that changed through the years is that back in 2009, as well based on my age, I used to draw all the feminine characters like really princess and girly-like and just girl-like, like with sort of like girl energy. But now, over the 13 years, I pushed my limits quite further, and now I just like to emphasize that sort of badass woman energy in my feminine characters mostly, and I really enjoy that part about just making my female characters just look super badass. Now you can see I got to the line art part, which is my favorite part, to be honest. I just love doing line art, and every time I put thick black lines anywhere, doesn't matter where, it just looks better every time in my opinion. I got several bad grades from school during the painting lessons because I just put thick lines around black thick lines around like everything after like I painted something in a very basic way, and then I just outlined it with black, and the teachers didn't really like it. Also, when speaking about my favorite part of the process, there is also coloring, and that isn't that pleasing to me, to be honest. It's really something that I don't enjoy that much, and I know people that enjoy doing coloring and not enjoying doing line art, which is complete opposite for me. Like coloring and like shading in general and doing all the color stuff instead of just black and white things, it's just not for me. I just do it because I have to, because I want to have nice colored piece. But if I would ever have to like do like something just black and white or black white / gray, I would be more than honored to do it, because colors really aren't my cup of tea. As speaking about colors, I sort of play with the colors here. Originally, I drop picked them from the original drawing, and then I sort of just play with them, play with the values, so they wouldn't be much vibrant, they would be more like settled down, not pastel, but still like not screaming, hey, I'm a vibrant color, but more like into the, I don't know if it's bad to say like into more like the medieval kind of vibe, colors slash aesthetic, but I don't know how to describe it really right now. So I just went with less vibrant colors than I would probably use back in 2009. Then I started playing with the background, and in the end I just put something that I am sort of able to call sun, because in the original drawing there is also sun and also a cloud, but I just took the sun. So I just made like shape with some texture to sort of look like sun, and that also can be called the background, but not full background, but yet something that I can call background and be proud of myself for doing it. And actually, that's it. This is it. I'm actually quite proud of the result, even when I'm looking on it with a few days difference. Her boob is kind of like, I would do it a little bit different now. But even though, besides the boob, it looks really nice, I really like it. And I also hope you like it as well. And I also hope that you enjoy this video. This is sort of a concept of videos that I should be able to make more often, so that my YouTube channel wouldn't feel as abandoned as it is right now, even though I uploaded video not that long time ago. So, well, we will see in the future. Anyway, once again, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave the comment about how you think I handled this, if it turned out nice, if it turned out to be as your expectations, and if you just in general think that there is some progress, at least a little bit. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of my hopefully soon upcoming videos. There is actually one concept of a video that I've been planning for quite a long time, and I hope I will be able to do it soon. So be excited for that one. So once again, don't forget to leave a comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!